Hey everyone, this is Mukesh Otwani once again from learn-animation.com. So if you are coming from any other programming language that you already know that what actually operator does, right? It will help you to manipulate the data. So we are going to do the same thing. So we'll talk about different type of operators in JavaScript. So we have arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison, logical, type operators, and bitwise operators. Right? So we'll use a couple of them. We will not be using bitwise operators, at least in this video. So let me show you how this operator works. Okay. And in case you already know how this operator works, but still I would recommend you to watch this video till then, because you will see some different behaviors in JavaScript, because when it comes to different data types, then JavaScript will behave in a different manner. And you will also see in JavaScript, we have equal to, double equal to, and one more thing called triple equal to. So people sometimes get confused when to use double equal to, when to use triple equal to. That also we will discuss in this video. So stay till the end, because you will get to a lot of new things after this video. So first of all, I will create a new JavaScript file. So again, I will go ahead and create a new JavaScript file. So I will just create this as operators demo.js file. Now let me quickly start with arithmetic operators, and I will be using this arithmetic operators with different data types. Okay, so let me just write console.log, and let me first of all write 10 by 2, and we know what will be the output. So let me simply run this file first of all. So operators demo.js file, as expected we got 5. Now just keep checking the output, because I will be going a little fast, because these arithmetic operators, like everybody knows about them. So I will just say 10 by, let's say 2.5. Then yes, I will be getting a different output, which is 4. Right? Now here comes the main part. If I say 10 by 0, and the moment you run this, you can see I'm getting something called infinity. Now, if you have worked with Java, then you know when you divide any number by 0, you will be getting one exception, right? But here you will be getting infinity. So just keep this point in mind. Now, in a similar way, if I again use something called 10 by 0.0, again, you will get the same output, which is infinity. You will not be getting any exception here, but you will be getting infinity. In a similar fashion, if I just show you, let's say I have a string. The moment I say, let's say there's a string, and if I use now divide by 0, let's see, you will be getting here something called none, which is not a number. So you can see now how this operator is behaving differently with different data type, right? When you divide by 0, we are getting infinity. But whenever we are dividing string by 0, you are getting none, which is not a number. You are not getting any exception here. Okay, so let's try with some other data types. So again, I will be using console.log, and this time if I say 10, and if I just divide this by null, okay, let's see the output. So you will see again, when I divide 10 with null, it is giving infinity. Let's also try one more data type, which we have discussed in the last session. What if I say 10 divide by undefined? So we also discussed, right? Undefined is a separate data type we have. So if I say undefined, now you will be getting again none, which is not a number. So you can see how these operators are working differently with different data type. This is just, I'm using division operator, but the moment I use plus operator, minus operator, you will again see some weird behaviors, and I will tell you why it behaving in that fashion. So now let's take one example. I will be taking one variable called sum, or let me call this variable as result. Okay. Now what I will do, let's do this, which is obviously 10 plus 10 or 10 plus any random number. You will be getting the result. So let me first run this. You can see 1110 as expected, very good. But the moment I add here, let's say Mukesh. So what exactly I'm doing, I'm just doing this plus plus, right? Then I'm adding Mukesh. So now you can predict the output easily, which is 110, which is this, right? Then it is adding this string. So basically it is appending, right? But if I just use one more variable and I will say result 1 this time, but this time I will change this. Okay, I will keep this at last, and now just see the output. The moment I run this code again, what we were expecting initially, it was 110 and Mukesh, right? But the moment I added a string first, then I'm adding this numbers. Now you can see I'm getting Mukesh, 10 and 100. Okay, it's totally different behavior, right? I will tell you why it is happening, but before that, let me show you one more example so that you will actually have better understanding of this concept. So let me take one more variable. This time I will say marks, and I will say in double quotes, I will say 5, and I will say +5. Okay, so this is string and this is a number, right? So now we can easily guess the output would be 55, right? So the moment I run this, yes, we are getting 55, but hold on, let me run one more time. This time I will say minus, and let's see what happens. This time you can see I'm getting a complete different output. It is giving 0. The reason is, in JavaScript we have something called coercion. Okay, I'm not sure whether I have pronounced it correctly or not. So what exactly it does, it will automatically try to convert one data type to another data type. Okay, so suppose let's take this example first. So actually it evaluates from left to right. So when it started, so it was a string. After string, it found plus and a number. So it is converting this 5 into a string, and so final output you're getting 5, which is 55. Okay, it's not adding, it's doing the concatenation. But the moment you use minus, so minus generally applied with numbers, right? So what exactly JavaScript is doing here, it is converting this string 5 into number 5. So finally it's 5, which is number, minus 5, and you are getting 0 output. If you see the same thing here, it evaluates from left to right. So initially it's a number, so it's calculation done. So you got 110 and Mukesh, which is this guy. But when you see the result 1, it started with left hand side, so it was a string. It also considered this as a string and this also a string. So that's the reason you're getting Mukesh plus 10 plus 100. Okay, this is how it works. So now let me give you one more example of this coercion. Again, I will use log. If I say 10 by true, so 1 is number, 1 is boolean. So now what exactly the output would be? So basically in JavaScript, true is evaluated as 1. So 10 by 1, you're getting 10, right? But the moment I say 10 by false, in JavaScript false means 0, 10 by 0, and you know what will be the output? Infinity. This is the same output that we got here, right? When we divide any number here by 0 or 0.0, we are getting infinite, right? Or infinity. Same thing here, 10 by false, it's a 0 here, 10 by 0, it's infinite. In a similar fashion, let me also show you some multiplication. So if I just say I'm taking 5 as a string now, and if I just do multiply by 5, so now it will try to convert string 5 into a number 5, and you're getting 25. But the moment I change this into, let's say, some string, if I give my name is, which is Mukesh, into 5, again that's not a valid operation here, so it will give you not a number, right? As you can see, none. Now you will be getting a very interesting operator, okay, which is equal to and triple equal to operator. This is one of my favorite, and you should understand the difference here, because once you move ahead, you will be using this every single time when you start doing the comparison. Okay, for this, let me take one example. So I guess equal to is clear, right? It's an assignment operator. Whenever you have to assign some value, you will use equal to. But the moment you have to compare two values, you will be using double equal to. Now let me take one number. So I will say again, let's say number 1, and let me use this as 50, which is as a string. And if you just want to see the type, again I can log here. I will say type of num1, which should give me string. In a similar fashion, let me take one more variable, which is num2. This time I will take 50, which is just a number. Now again, if you want, let me simply type, which is type of num2. Now I'm just going to write a if condition. So I will just write if, And now I will be giving these numbers. Okay, so I will say number 1 is equal to number 2. So what you're expecting, because number 1 is 50, which is string, number 2 which is a number. So again you must be thinking it will not run, it will run, but it will give me the else statement, right? So let me just write here pass, and in the else I will write fail. Actually we are not doing any pass fails, maybe we can say here matched, and I will say here not matched. Fine. Now let me run this. So you can see this, we are getting matched. Why? First of all, this is a number, sorry, this is a string, this is a number. Ideally it should come to else, but it is coming here. Why? First of all, what is happening? It is converting again to different data type, because both have the different data type, right? So because of type coercion, it is converting it to different data type, and then it is doing the comparison. So 50 is converted into a number. So now 50 equal to 50, yes, it says matched. If you don't want to, compare, or if you don't want to convert and then compare, then you can use triple equal to. That's the beauty of JavaScript. So if you just want that the type should not or the type conversion should not happen automatically, in that case you can go with triple equal to. So again I'm going to repeat the same condition, but this time I will be using triple equal to, and just notice now. Fine. If you want the different output, I will just add one line here so that you can clearly see the output. So first one is matched because it was converting, but the third one, or I will say triple equal to, it's not doing any type conversion and it said not matched. So just to summarize, equal to is just assignment operator. When you say double equal to, it actually does the type conversion before the actual comparison, but when you do triple equal to, it will not do this type conversion and it will simply compare. So mostly you will be seeing that we will be using these triple equal to most of the time. Let me also show you a couple of logical operators: less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, and not. So if I say 16 greater than 10, which is true in our case, so it should give me true, which is this. In a similar fashion, if I use less than, it should give me false. Yes, it is giving me false. In a similar fashion, you can also give a try with less than equal to, greater than equal to. So I will say if 16 is greater than equal to 16, in our case, yes, so it will give me true. In a similar fashion, you can give a try with less than equal to. Now let's use console.log, and I will just use here, if this condition is true, let's say 10 is greater than 8, yes, and 10 is greater than 5. If both conditions are true, then it will be true. So in this case, 10 is greater than 8, yes, 10 is greater than 5, both the conditions are true, so we are getting true. But if I just put or, any one of the conditions should be true. But let's do this, let's reverse this. So this is true, this is perfect, but 10 is less than 5, which is false, which is wrong basically. So if any of the condition is false, we will be getting false result. But if you do the reverse with or, any of the conditions should be true, so you can use or operator here, and it should give me true in this case. Either this should be true or this should be true. In our case, this is true, this is false, so it is giving me true. In a similar way, if I just use not operator, so let's say I'm using true here, if I just use not operator, okay, so you can see it will just reverse this, so true will become false, which is this in our case. If I just change this to false, and if I use not operator, it will become true. So it basically it will reverse the output. I'm going a little fast today because we already know this as some arithmetic operators, logical operators, but still I'm just using all of them so that you will just have a kind of revision. And once we start using this in our automation tools, when we do this couple of comparison, you should not be blank in that case. Now mostly when it comes to automation, we will be comparing strings, right? So in the last lecture we already discussed how to compare or how to check whether this string has this keyword or not. So if I take again two strings, let me say str1. In the str1 I will say this is JS, and let's say I have another string which is just JS. So if I want to compare that, if string 1 has string 2, it means string 1, this is JS, does it include this keyword or not? If yes, pass my test, otherwise fail my test. So if I say if str1 dot includes str2, then I will say pass, otherwise I will say fail. Come on, yeah, else I will say fail. But what if I have the exact two strings? In that case, how you will do that? So again, I will take one more string and I will call this as string 3, and I will say this is JS and this is JS. So in that case, how we can do that? Now I will be using again, if string 1 is equal to string 3. Okay, let me use triple equal to or double equal to, because anyways both are same type, so there will be no type conversion. So you can use double equal to or triple equal to, it's totally up to you. Right now both are same, so we are going to get this output which is pass or fail. So let me just copy this, because exactly the same condition we are writing, right? Let me run this. Okay, finally pass because it is matching. But what if I make this as small JS? This is a separate string, this is a separate string, content is same, but if you see here JS is in capital letter, in the string 3 J is in a small letter. In that case, let's see what will be the output. Okay, it says failed, okay, which is expected. But sometimes you have to do this comparison. You don't have to focus on the case sensitivity, whether it's uppercase, lowercase. You just want to check whether this particular string or character is available inside another string or not. For example, page title contains automation, or page current URL should have at least this keyword, right? So you are not worried about the actual uppercase or lowercase. You are just worried about whether this particular keyword or string is available in that string or not. So in that case, what you can do, you can just have string 1 dot, you can convert this into uppercase or lowercase, it's totally up to you. Okay, and use again equal to operator, string 3 dot to lowercase or uppercase. Since we are going with uppercase, so for both the strings we have to go with uppercase. So if content is same, it will say true, otherwise it will just say false. Okay, so just notice the last two output and you will get the final output. So as you can see, this is fail, and because string 1 string 3 is different, because here it is small JS and capital JS, right? But what we did in the last if condition, I'm converting this into uppercase, this is also uppercase, so now both does not have any problem, they both are in uppercase. Then we are comparing. In case if any of the thing is missing, definitely it will fail. So in this case everything is correct, so it is saying pass. But the moment I change something, okay, so let's say this is JS and here I will make JS one more space, okay, in that case it is going to fail this time. And here we go, because this is converted into uppercase, this is also converted into uppercase, but now it has a space, right? So now this condition is getting false, it is coming here and this is executing our else statement. Okay, so we are going to use this string comparison a lot in automation, so please pay special attention when you have to just check partial values and when you have to just compare two complete strings. So before we end this video, I just want to show one more example. Let's say if I have one number, I will say num3 equal to 10, Now let's say if I have to increment this by 5. So generally what we will do, I will say num3 equal to num3 plus 5, right? Or plus 10 or whatever. So instead of writing this, what you can do, first of all, let me print this. If I print this number 3, obviously it will be 15, right? 10 plus 5, 15. But if I don't want to write in this fashion, same expression you can write in this fashion. So just type number 3 plus equal to 5. So basically it is exactly same. So if I just type log again, so here we had num3 15, 15 plus 5 again. So now this time we will be getting 20. Right? Now if I want to try with other operators, yes, we can do that. I can say num3 into equal to let's say 5 again. So num3, which is 20, 20 into 5, which is 100. So you will see this time, okay, we haven't log. So let me use console.log and I will, let's say number 3, which should be 20. Sorry, 20 into 5, basically it's 100. What about division? Yes, you can do that. I will say number 3 divide by 5 again. So it should be back to normal 20. And yes, num3. Finally, so this is after multiplication, this is after division. So you will see this kind of syntax a lot, so don't get confused. It is exactly in this. So this particular expression will evaluate as number 3, not this one, we already have written this part. So let me just write here. So this will give it evaluate as num3 into 5. So both are same, so do not get confused. Yeah, so there are a lot of things to cover in operators, so I would highly recommend you can check out their official documentation. Please try to explore from your end, because there are a lot of things that you can do in operators. You can change the order, you can also use parentheses, you can also follow BODMAS and see how they operate. So try to experiment with these operators, okay? And if you face any issue, just let me know in the comment section. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session and I hope you got some benefit out of this video. If yes, then do subscribe this channel, share with your friends, colleagues, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.